Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Welcome to episode 9 of Be With Me. We're going to talk today about the keys to good sex. So that should get your attention. We're in 1st Thessalonians. We're going to start chapter 4. We're going to do the first 6 verses of chapter 4. Read with me. Finally then, brothers, we ask and urge you in the Lord Jesus that as you receive from us how you ought to walk and to please God, just as you are doing, that you do so more and more. So he's asking here for motion and growth and walking in accordance with the particular direction. And now he's going to talk about the direction. He's going to talk about sex here in a second. For you know what instructions we gave you through the Lord Jesus. Verse 3, for this is the will of God for your sanctification, that you abstain from sexual immorality, that each one of you know how to control his own body in holiness and honor, not in the passion of lust like the Gentiles who do not know God, that no one transgress and wrong his brother in this manner, because the Lord is an avenger in all these things. All right, so let's start by emphasizing verse 3 here. If you want to know what the will of God is, pay attention, because it says here, for this is the will of God for your sanctification, and that is you abstain from sexual immorality. So let's just talk about sexual immorality versus sexual morality. So there's nobody who is more pro-sex than God. He invented it. He's thrilled by it. He wants it in the right way for you, that is within the bounds of Christian marriage, in a covenant that reflects him, and in a way that honors you. It honors his creation, both of man and woman. It honors marriage. It exalts the marriage bed. And it honors the other person. So the point here is not that God is anti-sex. God is the most pro-sex, even more than you are. But what he wants is the distinction between good sex and bad sex. That is how it is defined by the inventor. We don't get to define this. He gets to define this, and he gets to help us with this. So that's what he's doing in this passage here. For this is the will of God, your sanctification, that you abstain from sexual immorality, that is bad sex. And he's going to tell you how to do it now. Verse 4, control. That each one of you know how to control his own body in holiness and honor. So let's talk about control, sexual control. The Lord expects it. He exhorts us to it. He encourages this and charges us with this. Essentially says you are accountable for this. You have sexual agency for what leads to holiness and sanctification. Now that does involve some control of passions. And our sexual inclinations are to be controlled and put into marriage. So he's given us sexual freedom, sexual agency, if you will. Now, is that sexual agency to do anything? No, it's to do what pleases God. It is to do what is according to his will. And then he makes kind of two criteria. One is what it does to your own self, which is holiness and honor. Does your sexual activity lead to your own holiness and honor? And then in a moment here, he's going to talk about, and then don't transgress other people. This is an area where you can step on another person's toes. So the call here is for a sexual control both before marriage, during marriage, and after marriage. And this is the thing to sober us all, is that sexual agency can please God. I think we all kind of know that. Now he distinguishes sort of the bad way to do this, which is not like the passions of lust, like the Gentiles who do not know God. So he's describing a group of people that are not in control. That is, their passions are, they've got a forest fire burning, and they're only doing it for their own self, for their own lusts, for their own sin, and for their own wronging. And then he compares this with a group of people that don't know God. So take a step back and listen to this. is your theology affects your love life. Your theology should affect your love life. Your theology better affect your love life. That knowing God should make a difference and a distinction. You can ask yourself, does my knowing God, does it make a difference? Are my passions out of control? Am I lusting and only have my own priorities? Versus holding myself in holiness, holding myself in honor, being in control, using the control he's given me, and then helping the other person and pleasing God in the end. But wait, there's more. Verse 6. That no one transgresses brother and sister. So this is the area where we can step on another brother's or sister's toes. So we can affect others. We can help them in their sexuality, or we can bring them down. So we can violate their boundaries that the Lord has given them. So the question we have to ask is, how am I doing with myself? But then think about the other person. Am I stepping over a boundary that the Lord has for this person? Am I helping or hurting them hold themselves in honor, hold themselves in holiness, hold themselves in control? Or am I helping them please the Lord? So there's three things that we should be thinking about. Pleasing the Lord, using our sexual agency well in holiness and honor, and then not stepping on another's toes. So just teaching points today. Number one, find people that have spiritual motion. Ask what would please the Lord. You don't even have to ask. He just tells you here, this is the will of God. Do this right. Don't do sexual immorality. Do sexual morality. Be careful of yourself. Control your body in holiness and honor. And then ask for the others. Am I helping them please the Lord? Am I helping them abstain from immorality and move towards morality? Am I helping them control their body in holiness and honor? I'm asking that question about myself as well. And then the old line, activity between consenting adults. Well, that's only half of it. The other part is under the consent of God. So please, God, in this realm, help each of us maintain the honor of our own vessel, the holiness of our own souls, and then help us love our brothers and sisters and help our behaviors affect them. Obviously, this is a very high call. We'll talk more about it again tomorrow. If you'd like to talk about the keys to good sex, stick around. So we're elevating our view of sex. The problem with our sex is we don't have a high enough view of it. Thanks for listening. I will see you tomorrow. More of the same topic tomorrow.